Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I just want to say I have a feeling this is probably going to be a longer Chatting with Alana episode. I got a lot of stuff to show you guys, and I wanted just to kind of chit chat with you, and then I want to show you what my husband found me, which I'm super excited to show you because I love it. Anyway, to start off, I want to thank one of my viewers that sent me a beautiful Christmas card. Besides my friend, this is the only Christmas card that I got, so I am super happy. When I saw where it was from, I was like, and then I opened it and I read your message and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. So thank you very much. I'm only gonna say your first name. Brandy. Thank you. I love that. That is so pretty. And can you guys see how shiny it is? Yeah, you guys can see how shiny it is. I got this on Christmas Day. So where we live, the government says that we live too close to a post office, so we have to have a post office box, which, I mean, whatever. Anyway, so sometimes it'll be a few days before we'll get the mail. So a family member said, hey, you know, I mailed the girls Christmas cards. Had they gotten them yet? And I was like, no. I said, but whenever we go home, I will check the post office before I go home. And so that's when I got this, was Christmas night. I went to the post office and I got the mail and I looked at this and I thought that is awesome. A perfect ending to Christmas night was a Christmas card. So thank you, Brandy. Okay, so I do have a little list of some things that I wanted to talk to you guys about, or show you too. The first thing I wanted to show you was the card, and then the second thing I wanted to talk about was that sometimes I'm trying to think of how to word this. Sometimes I get to where, you know, I'm like, man, I want some new YouTubers to watch. And I don't like watching YouTubers that do tutorials because I don't want that to somehow influence me, which this is how my mind works, to influence me somehow into one of my tutorials, and then someone's like, well, that was my blah, 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 blah. I don't want to do that. I want somebody that does in front of the camera videos. So I got to looking around, and Vlogmas is the perfect time to find random YouTubers that you want to start watching. Because all you got to do is just crochet Vlogmas videos and you'll find them. And I found two that I've really been enjoying. I really like them. One of them is Angelia from Crochet House Mouse. Is that her? I think that's it. I'm going to link these in the description box too. She is adorable. And she's been doing Vlogmas videos. I don't know if she always does videos outside. I just been keeping up with her Vlogmas. But I love watching those because you can hear her farm animals outside. And then a couple of videos she's been talking about how she had deer behind her. And where we live, you know, we always looking for deer and everything. My husband, he hasn't deer hunted in a while. My dad's got some deer. Anywho, so she's talking and she's like, you know, you guys might be able to see him. Well, at one point she gets up and she's like, I'm going to leave my camera run to see if you guys can see the deer. Well, I saw a little something move in the back and I was like, oh, I think I saw one. Well, there was a loud bang or something. She moved a table or a chair, something happened. And then just like all of a sudden you see half the woods move. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even see those standing there. So I showed my husband and he's like, holy cow. So yeah, and she's been doing some Christmas stockings that are just adorable. So I like her. If I were you, I'd check her out if you haven't already. And then another one that I came across is Nova Gnome Creations. I have never seen her before, and I started watching her videos. And if you ever watch this, if she's ever watching, I have to tell you, I don't know half the things you've said in your video because I spend time watching Ozzy. I love that cat. He is so stinking cute. There's one video she's trying to she's trying to talk about something. I don't remember what it was. And Ozzy is just like bouncing all around her, all up, you know, down her arm and up her chest, and he's biting her neck. And like, I love this cat. And I wanted to comment on there and tell her, like, I have no idea what she said. I had too much fun watching Ozzy. And she made well, let me just grab it real quick. She made this for her sister. She followed one of the patterns from this book, and she made one of these little impkins for her sister, and she made it look like moss, like it was covered in moss, and I thought that was the most amazing thing. I love that. So if you're watching this, I absolutely loved that you made for your sister, and I hope she enjoyed it too, because you did one heck of a job on that. And she made little different hats, and it was just too cute. And she made a unicorn lovey thing. And I think you did great. I loved the eyes. The eyes were just perfect. So like I said, I'm gonna link them in the description box. I was scared I didn't set that fully on my table, so I was scared to let go. Anyway, I will put a link in the description box to both of them. I like you guys both. So I definitely recommend them. Let me mark off where I am so I don't lose track. I did the card. Okay. Oh, so I had mentioned that, when did I mention this? I said something about, I said something about my stepdaughter sending me a picture of something that she found and she wanted to give to me, and she, you know, showed it to me, and she's like, would you want this? And I'm like, yes, I would love that. And I told you guys that I had never had one before. Well, she came home for Christmas and she gave it to me, and this is it. Is that not the most adorable thing? So whenever, you know, she gave it to me, I told her, I said, you know that this is a crochet kit, yes, but you know it has more than just Rudolph in it. She's like, what? I said, yeah, read the back. I said, it has these characters plus a few more. And the box, the tape had been cut open, which no big deal. And I opened it and I showed her, I'm like, look, Emma, this is brand new. Everything is still in here. Here is the pattern book. And I thought it was perfect timing that Terry from the Yarn Joy podcast posted one of her Vlogmas videos, and her thumbnail picture was her set of these characters that she crocheted, I think from this kit maybe. I'm not sure, but I showed my daughter, I was like, look, Emma, these are the characters. But so, I mean, there's Santa. Of course, there's Rudolph. And then she thought that it was just the coolest thing ever that it has Bumble. The abominable snowman Bumble. It has him. Oh, there's a picture. Let's see. It has Santa, Mrs. Claus. I flipped right through all that. Hermie. Oh. Clarice. Here's Santa again. Yeah, that's it. But I told her, I was like, Emma, and after I said this, after I ended the video, I told you guys that I had never had a crochet kit before. I lied. I actually have had one, and I miraculously somehow misplaced the yarn, so which no big deal. I I thought, you know, I would make it myself, and I'd never done it yet. And that was the kit that I'm talking about, was The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I have the book pat still, I just never done it yet. But that is what she brought me home. It's so cute. I love it. Okay. Oh, super excited to show you guys this. So if you remember, I told you guys a story about my grandma's Afghan and how my baby sister gave it to me, and I found a few holes in it. I fixed them. Well, let me tell you this. I fixed them, and I haven't the slightest clue where they're at now. And luckily, with just some white yarn and some, what color did I think it was Kelly green. White yarn and Kelly green, I fixed the holes, and you can't see them. I actually fixed the holes, ran this through the washer. I did not run it through the dryer, because any other time I wouldn't have a problem doing that, but I would just, this being my grandma's blanket, and Lord only knows how old this is, I didn't want to risk running it through the dryer, so I just ran it through the washer, and no new holes. The holes that I did fix did not open back up, but there you go, I fixed it. This is probably the 3rd or 4th blanket. I'm trying to get it off my lap, sorry. The 3rd or 4th blanket that I have fixed. And then, of course, after I did it, or in the middle of doing it, I was like, I should film this. And then I never did. Because you know, you think about it, whenever you're a content creator or a YouTuber, you want to put out content that people are looking for, want to watch, yada yada. Well, with Afghans, or I mean with crochet or knitting or, you know, yarn projects, something that I would think that somebody would get on YouTube and search for is how to fix a crocheted Afghan. And of course, me being me, didn't think of any of this until I had already finished this. So I thought, man, now I need to come up with an Afghan that I need to fix. But super excited that is fixed and it's perfect. I sent a picture to my sister. I was like, look, I fixed the holes. She's like, where? I said, perfect. It's exactly what I want you to say. All right, so, okay, so the next tutorial I have coming is an Afghan and a pillow set, baby blanket set, that I have had on the hook for over a year, I'd say. And I finally finished it. I finished it, and I'm gonna wrap it as soon as I get off camera, and it's going to my little nephew. So let me show you that. I really liked how this turned out. So this is the Piccadilly set. Thank you to You Know Who You Are for, there is a feather flying around my room. Thank you to You Know Who You Are for helping me with that name. I love that name, and I remembered it this time. So this is the pillowcase, open on one end. Came out perfect. So there's this, and then here is the finished Afghan. Uh-oh. I finally did fringe. I can't see if you can see it. Hold on. How about I just stand up and show you the whole thing? I love this. I think this is perfect. I may be a little partial since I made it. But anyway, I got yarn fuzz. Here is this next set for YouTube. And then, like I said, I'm going to wrap this as soon as I get off here. And this is going to go to my nephew. Which, the pillow in these sets are, oh, that's what the feather's from. It's because they're, is it called down? I just completely lost. Yeah, it's called down, right? When it's feather. Anywho, so it's super soft, and I love this set. Kind of jealous that I'm gifting it, but that's okay. What am I gonna do with it? Anywho, toss that up there. So I'm without exaggerating, I think it's been over a year that I've had that project on my hook, and I've never finished it, and I finally got it done. So that's that. Oh, so I've got some progress on my Lord's Prayer, my mother-in-law's gift, that I wanted to show you guys. Sorry, I'm trying to unfold it and not lose a stitch or anything. Okay. Let me make sure I got it. There. Should be able to see it. I need something dark. Here. Hold on. I'm sorry. I want you guys to see it in all of its glory. There. That's better. Oh, that makes me happy to see this. I have learned through making this never work on intricate fillet. I guess if you would consider that, I consider it to be intricate. Anyway, never work on fillet like that when you're tired. I worked and worked and worked on that, and then the next morning I got up and I picked it up because I wanted to work on it a little bit more, because I'm trying to work 10 rows a week. And the next morning I got up and I started working on it, and I was like, something's not right. So of course I had to go back, stitch for stitch, blocks and squares, trying to figure out where I messed up and what it was. What I wrote down was correct. What I worked, it was wrong. I was off one block, I think it was. So all of the chunks of the words or the letters were shifted one side. So I had to pull it all back out and start it over again. But thank you. It was an easy fix, and it wasn't like 4 rows back, which I have done on that before. I learned my lesson. So I am super proud of that. And unfortunately, I am noticing the last time I worked on that was in my husband's garage. We were sitting out there, and he built a wood stove, and he has a TV out there, and we were sitting out there watching TV, and it smells like wood fire. So I'm gonna have to put it with some dryer sheets. I can't get my words out. Rub it with some dryer sheets and try to get that smell out. That's okay though. Oh, pardon me. Okay. So the next thing I want to show you is what my husband brought me home for Christmas. Him and Emma went out shopping while I don't know, I was cleaning house or filming or crocheting or doing something. And he came home with some things that I just thought was the coolest. One of them being, which I didn't bring because it's still on my tree, it is a tree topper, because my old one was just falling apart, and I didn't even try to put it back in the box. Was it 2 Christmases ago? Not last Christmas, but the Christmas before. I just said I'm sorry and threw it away. And then last year I didn't have one. I couldn't find one I liked, and because I'm picky, because I want it to be what I like, I want it to be, you know, me. And I couldn't find one, so so this year I got the Christmas tree all put up and everything, and he's like, "Where's the tree topper?" I was like, "Honey, we don't have one." Well, when he went shopping, he brought one home that he found that's a star, a big old gold star that goes on top of your tree, and then you plug it in, and it casts like snowflakes on the ceiling above the Christmas tree, and I'm like, this is perfect. This is me. Thank you, honey. And then, well, where he went, all of the Christmas decorations were 50 or 75 or 50% off. I don't know. So he found me two other things that I am so excited to show you. Here is one of them. Look at this guy. Which I you know, he's like, it is messed up a little bit because like there's a spot here that's kind of messed up, and then right here, which to me it almost looks like a mouse or a cat like clawed at it or something like that, or a mouse was like, you know, pulling on it. And he's like, I hope that's not a big deal. I said, it's not. I said, and I told him, I was like, I want you to know that the coolest part of this is that all of the Santas that I have never seen this Santa before. The face, I have never seen this Santa. I said, I can remake this because I have the pattern, because, oh, I can't remember her name, sent me all of that, gifted me with all of that crocheted stuff and a whole bunch of Santa stuff, and the pattern for this outfit was in it. I said, so I can remake this, and besides, the only part that I'd actually have to remake is the robe, maybe? I don't know if this is a robe or a dress. I said, everything else is perfect. Of course, I'd have to remake the hat because I don't have a yarn to match that, but I mean, the gloves are fine. His little stick thing here is fine. I said, I love him. And then I thought this was kind of funny. He looks so weird. Anyway, sorry. So he brought me that. And then he gave me this. And I was like, what on earth? And it says on here, it says that it was $10, but he got it for $5. It says, be careful removing. And I was like, all right, thank you for saying that, because I don't want to ruin it. And I opened it, and there's another little note that says, uses C batteries. And then when I pulled him out, his head came off. And I was like, okay, well, I think I can fix that. So his head is a little wobbly. The way I got his head sitting in there is like it just like slides in and just kind of just holds right there. And the battery compartment was a little wonky, but I got him fixed. And watch. Oh, come on. Dang it. There's a little... Oh. Okay, hold on. Isn't it adorable? Oh, I love it. I was like, honey, you know me. This is the stuff that makes me happy. See his little head a little wobbly. But I'm okay with that. And I thought maybe what I'd do with the box. I thought maybe something was supposed to go in his other hand, but there's nothing there. Isn't he adorable? I love it. My new favorite Christmas toy. So I'll definitely take the batteries out of that before I pack him back in his box, and then I'm gonna add another note on there that says Alana, his head comes off. Because I'll forget and just grab him and oops. And then the last thing, he said, I don't know if you're gonna like this, honey, but I thought maybe you would, so I got it for you. And this is what he got me. I'm trying to make sure I love this for two reasons. Well, obviously it's adorable. But I told him, I said, honey, this is exactly what I needed. I said, because let me explain this to you. I have these doll faces and I have these hand sets. And I said, one of my Finish It Friday projects that I wrote down and put in my box was to make a doll with that head and the bottle hands. I said, but I was a little aggravated because the set I have, this one that I have, I am annoyed, not annoyed. Annoyed's not the word I want to say. I want to say, well, maybe it is annoyed. Annoyed that they put the baby on the square. Because like when you papoose, is what we've always called it, papoose a baby, you always put it on the diagonal. And then you wrap corner, bottom, corner, right? Well, this one's made on the square. So I was having such a aggravating time figuring out how you're supposed to papoose a baby when they're on the square like that. And I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to just, figure it out on my own, which, I do it all the time. What's the big deal? I just didn't want to spend a lot of time on a Finish It Friday doll that I'm technically designing, which I would be doing for YouTube, which is gonna take more time. Whole long story, right? So then he brings me this one. And it's on the diagonal. See? Like how you're supposed to papoose a baby. Which you wrap this way, bring from the bottom up, wrap this way, and you burritoed the baby. So I told him, I was like, honey, not only do I love this because it's too cute, I love it because it's on the diagonal that I just told myself that I was so aggravated about this one not being on the diagonal. And he's just looking at me like, okay, honey. And I'm like, it makes it even doubly awesome that you found this. So I got twins now. I know. Anyway, I was so excited for it. And it's in good shape. It doesn't smell funny. Oh, I love it. So yeah, I know it's silly, but it's important to me. Okay, so one other thing that I wanted to show you guys was that one of the Afghans that I put in the Finish It Friday project little leftovers container is a corner to corner Grafgan that I really, 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 really want to do, and I wish I could draw that. So, and I've done a little square before. Oh man, where is that at? Man, I don't know where that's at. It's a cat I did, and it's just a square, like a 12 by 12 inch square. That's gonna drive me nuts. I don't remember where that's at. Anyway, so I know a little bit about the yarn bobbins that you can make. I don't know a whole lot about it, but that is something that I'm really looking forward to learning whenever I draw that Afghan. So I got online and I found these clips. They're beach towel clips. Not cheap. We're not going to go into detail about how much I spent on these. But I think these will be perfect for yarn bobbins, which is with as much space as you get in there. And I mean, they got a pretty good grip on there, meaning like, you know, how tight they close. But I was like, man, I really wish I would draw that blanket now because I'm ready to go. But I wanted to show you guys that I bought these clips and I'm super excited for it. And I have a few knitting needles. I don't have a lot. But when you work broomstick, well, before I start that, let me say that I have been working on, I haven't for a while, but I've been working on things that I want to add to, I want to put on my New Year's resolutions list, because New Year's resolutions are important to me. I keep them, and they are goals that I want to keep for myself, that I enjoy completing and all of that. Anyway, one of the things I added to that was to learn hairpin lace and broomstick lace. And I have the hairpin lace little loom, I guess is what you call it. So I don't remember where I got this from. So that's not a problem. But for broomstick lace, you need 25 millimeter knitting needle one. And I have, what is that? I think that's a 25. I don't remember the number, but I think it's a 25 knitting needle. Yeah. Well, I have a size 19 knitting needle, but not 25. So I went ahead and ordered them off of Amazon. And that was 3 weeks ago. Well, the order finally shipped, which I'm not complaining about because I know with Christmas and, you know, the holidays and everything, Amazon is probably nuts, right? So the fact that it took so long to ship, I'm not concerned about because it's something I don't plan on doing until, you know, next year anyway. So the delay wasn't a big deal to me. Well, it came up that the package was in a town right down the street, so, you know, it's out for delivery, and the UPS guy goes by and doesn't deliver anything, and I'm like, well, what the heck? It says it's out for delivery. Well, then, you know, it never delivered. Next day, no delivery, and I'm like, what the? So I let it go for a couple days because I'm like, it's the holidays. It's not a big deal. It's not a Christmas present, so I'm not freaking out. Well, then, what was it, like 2 days later? It was in Idaho. It was shipped from a town, you know, right next to me to Boise, Idaho. And I was like, thank goodness this isn't a Christmas present. But okay, still not a big deal because it's not, you know, I don't need it for a while. Well, then I thought I'll give it some time. And then Amazon emailed me and was like, hey, this is going to be late. You can ask for a refund or a replacement, yada, yada. And I was like, no, it's fine. Just when it gets here, it gets here. It's not that big of a deal. So then I let it go for like another 4 or 5 days. And it's nowhere to be found. And I'm like, what the heck? So I got on there and I was like, you know what? Can I just get a replacement? Just because obviously nobody knows where this thing is at. So take it back, I guess. And so the person I was chatting with was like, yeah, that's a little weird. So we'll just order a replacement. I ordered that replacement Christmas morning. And it says it's not supposed to be here until like January 6th. And I was like, that's fine. Just please don't get lost. So, getting my little supplies together to learn that. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? I don't think so. I think that was it. Most important being that I wanted to show you my Christmas presents that I got, that because my husband's always like, I don't know what to buy you, you know, I don't want to buy you this and I don't want to buy you this, and I'm like, honey, you say that and then everything you give me is exactly perfect. Like, that's exactly what I would have wanted, so you do just fine. I love it. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss what's next. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.